Lord Anderson and Violet Bridgerton. Yeah, I got a lot to say about this, but I'm going to try to keep it short. So, I've been on TikTok and I've seen quite a few people talk about how Violet is stupid. She's got 8 children, and this man wants to marry her. And he is a nobleman, and he's handsome, and he's fine. And he was very concerned about her feelings and taking his time with her. And when I hear people say this, they're making some good points, but I think they're also looking at this relationship from 2026. So we don't know anything about this man except that he's Lady Danbury's brother and the way that he's treated Violet in the interactions that they've had, which have not been many. Now, even in today's society, we know that seeing a man a few times, going on a few dates with him, having a few conversations with him, we're dealing with his representative. We're dealing with the image that he wants to put out in society. And at this particular time in history, that's going to be even more the case. As you've seen in this whole series, it's all about appearances. It's all about the way you dress, the way you speak, your manners, the way you eat, the way you dance. Everything is an image. Even the promenade is an image. It's all about image and reputation. So this man, when he's with her and he's with her in public, is going to be on his best behavior. He doesn't want to do anything that is going to be shocking or, make her uncomfortable, make her, in a sense, make a scene. He's trying to keep a very low profile. So he's going to be very conciliatory to her, very patient and gentle with her. Now, that could be his true nature, but again, we don't know because we don't know very much about him as a character. Now, we do know, if you know history, that English law back then was the law of coverture, which meant that if she married him, she would lose her title, she would lose her home. It would go to, him in most cases. She would lose the inheritance. Whatever her dead husband had given her would become his property. She would become his property. She would lose all legal personhood. He could do anything he wanted to do to her, and she would have no legal rights, no legal no legal recourse. Okay? And this was the law throughout up until 1978 in America. Domestic violence was legal. Marital rape was illegal up until 1993 in most states. So her body would no longer belong to her. Her safety would no longer belong to her. She would not even be able to leave her home if he denied it. She would not even be able to see her children, have guests, if he denied it. If you watched TV shows, movies, read books, or done any historical research from this time period, there were women who were literally, in a sense, prisoners in their own home because of their husbands, and not allowed to eat certain things, not allowed to wear certain things. Like, he picked out her clothes, he picked out her friends, he decided whether she could go to a party or not go to a party. So the fact that she has this powerful name, this powerful title, all of this independence, all of this freedom, that would cease to exist if her husband chose to take that from her. And that is what she's literally risking. That's what any woman in this time was risking. But when you had to marry, and you had to marry well, you didn't have a choice. And she's in the unique position to have a choice after having been married since she was 18 or so, most of her life, up until the last 3 years or so. So she spent the majority of her life as someone's, quote, property. And now, for the first time, she is giving herself permission. This episode that he proposes, that Lord Anderson proposes in. You see the buildup to this proposal in the previous episodes, and you see Violet have to have two conversations with Lady Danbury to get up the nerve to even see him privately. And then she gets advice from her lady's maid on how to set up these private teas that they're going to have. And then she has another conversation with Lady Danbury about whether she even deserves to have this. So she's needing to get all of this validation. Like this whole season is about her finding her voice and giving herself permission to do something for herself. And then, as soon as he proposes, a lot of the people that are watching this want her to throw all this freedom away that she's worked so hard to find. All of this recognition of what she wants and giving herself permission to basically say what she wants, what she needs from this man. And then they want her to just throw that all away to become his wife because it's romantic in 2026. But you got to realize marriage is not romantic in this time period. The, you know, it's great to look at the Bridgertons, and it's great that they have love matches, and it's great that they have husbands that are very progressive. But we don't know anything about, again, this man. He's not a Bridgerton, and we don't know exactly where he would be taking her, what kind of situation she would be in. And you can't necessarily trust that Lady Danbury is going to tell all the tea about that, or that she even knows, because she's been living with the Queen in, London, in the palace, and in her own home for the majority of her life. She hasn't even gone back to her homeland since she was a child. So how would she even know what her brother would be like as a husband? So the unknown is what people are not thinking about at all. They're just thinking about the romantic aspects of this picture. And I just wanted to bring that up because nobody's saying it. So give me your thoughts on that. May you walk in synergy. Lord Anderson and Violet Bridgerton.